Good afternoon. I am Andrea Chisholm with the Midday News. Special welcome if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. A reminder as well that you can download our One Spot Media app in the Google Play Store or the App Store. That's the number 1 followed by the words Spot and Media. Gunmen carried out a brazen daylight attack near the Frome police station in Westmoreland yesterday morning. Reports are that approximately 9:30, 20-year-old Daniel Lawrence of Jungle in Frome was returning from the police station as a condition of his bail when loud explosions were heard. He was shot and killed a few meters away from the police station. 2 men were seen riding away from the scene on a motorbike. Mr. Lawrence was facing a charge of murder as well as shooting with intent. 3 persons remain in police custody without being charged after high-powered weapons were seized yesterday in Flanker St. James. During a joint police-military operation in Red Dirt, 4 M16 assault rifles, 1 handgun and over 80 rounds of assorted ammunition were found. 12 persons, including a female, were taken into custody. However, 9 were released while 3 males remain in custody pending further investigations. The family of accountant Keith Clark is expressing extreme disappointment at news that the trial of the soldiers charged with his death has again been delayed. Mr. Clark was shot and killed at his home in Kirkland Heights in May 2010 during an operation to capture drug kingpin Christopher Duduskoke. Attorney Leonard Green, who is representing Mr. Clark's family, spoke with our news center.
Clark and our daughter Brittany are deeply distressed about the entire situation because, as you know, the civil proceedings have been stayed pending the outcome of the criminal trial. And what that means is that the family are not being compensated for the devastating loss that they suffered when the house was sprayed with gunshots from soldiers and police. And their motor vehicles were totally destroyed, house was totally destroyed, their entire life was destroyed. And there is no compensation until this criminal matter is dealt with. And understandably, they are very, very, very angry and they are very distraught, and they are really anxious to get this behind them as quickly as possible.
On Monday, Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn told the Supreme Court that the delay was due to the unavailability of the former consultant pathologist to the Ministry of National Security, Dr. Dinesh Rao. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Community Safety and Security, Steve McGregor, has welcomed the launch of the Integrity Space to help in the fight against crime.
And the fact that we will be creating 19 safe communities in the 19 geographic division in Jamaica, I thought that this would be a really good place for our young people because 6 of the pillars that will be driving this Safe Community Project are geared at young people.
The Hope Zoo Preservation Foundation, in partnership with the National Integrity Action, launched the Integrity Space on Monday. 35 basic primary and high schools in South Manchester were the beneficiaries of a breakfast program launched in June this year. The program is funded through the Constituency Development Fund and seeks to assist students to have breakfast before leaving home. South Manchester Member of Parliament Michael Stewart says the program was launched after he learned that 30% of students in Jamaica at the basic to high school levels are malnourished. The schools have welcomed the initiative, noting that the correlation between good nutrition and learning. Paulette Hilton is seeking your help to do a hip replacement surgery. Ms. Hilton says she has to be on medication to help her cope with a worsening pain in her hip. She now uses a cane to help her walk, but she says her condition could get worse if she doesn't do the surgery soon.
I have osteoarthritis in my joints, so it eats out the hip. The hip replacement is 390 something, almost 400,000 for just to buy the pins to put in the hip, and doctor said down by public they will do it free for me, but I will have to buy the pins, so I'm seeking for some help. I know that there is nice citizens out there, and if anyone can help me to assist to get this operation so I can come back on my 2 feet so I can walk properly again, because I wanted to work, but even with this it slowed me down. It slowed me down in everything that I do.
If you want to help Paulette Hilton, you may make donations to the Halfway Tree branch of the National Commercial Bank NCB. The account number is 204-003688. That's 204-003688. The first batch of Jamaica Defense Force JDF soldiers left the island this morning to support Dominica's recovery and relief efforts. This after Hurricane Maria battered the country earlier this month. JDF's Media Affairs Officer Major Bassett Jarrett told our news center that the rest of the team of 120 soldiers will be going to Dominica in the next 24 hours. He added that the team will spend a minimum of 2 weeks in Dominica. Opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips has again weighed in on Jamaica's crime situation, stressing that the zones of special operations alone cannot help to stop the level of crime affecting the island. He was speaking on TVJ's Smile Jamaica this morning. With the details, here's Ashane Masters. And we'll try to get back to that story before the end of the newscast. And we now go to news on the international scene. Residents in remote parts of Puerto Rico are stranded, and some haven't been able to contact their families since Hurricane Maria devastated the island. For the details, we join the CNN.
This woman doesn't even know who I am, but I'm the first person she's seen land here since Hurricane Maria battered the island. The floods, the debris, the lack of power, all making already hard to get to areas even tougher to reach. Even FEMA hasn't set foot in some parts of Puerto Rico. We took a chopper from San Juan to remote areas largely unseen, like a small town next to the Oaxaca Dam on the northwest part of the island. The dam has been breached, and the government ordered 70,000 nearby residents to evacuate. It is here in nearby Quebradillas where I was met with such emotion, the people starving for assistance.
She says if something happens to that dam, that could be just as bad as the hurricane itself.
Communications are so poor, many are asking us to send messages to their families. From the air, you can see why more than 3 million U.S. citizens could remain in the dark for months.
This is the problem. This is why Puerto Rico, 100% of the island, doesn't have power right now. Granted, the infrastructure was vulnerable before Maria passed by, but you can see with these power lines down what the challenge is. They're completely collapsed.
And in sports, with the inaugural Jamaica Cricket Association Super League now up and running, there is a small degree of concern for Jamaica Scorpions coach Robert Samuels as it relates to the fitness of players. The implementation of the two-day Super League means local players have been thrown in a lifeline in trying to make their way into the senior national team rather. But with the change in the format to the regional 4-day tournament, there is concern over the ability of players to last the entire season. And that's the midday news. I'm Andrea Chisholm. News next at 7 o'clock this evening. Do remember to join us for primetime news. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, good afternoon.